this is a concept that I'll get into in more detail in another video, but I wanted to show you these two people, or these two notions, or these two ideas, or these two energy types. You have your consumer and you have a producer. And what I love about network marketing, I think I mentioned it in another video, is that you can be a consumer in network marketing, but you can also be a producer. Where again, if you go to a retail store, if you go to Amazon, if you go to some other places to purchase and consume things, you're making someone else rich, not yourself. You're making another producer rich. You're not producing something for yourself. You're not producing a business for yourself. So in network marketing, again, because the compensation plan, very important, is not based on your time. It is based on your consumption. Again, it provides you with time freedom as opposed to being an employee, self-practitioner, or self-employed. That's a really big point that I hope people really think about and let them sink in, that when you can be paid on consumption, that's great, as opposed to being paid on your time. Okay, so a consumer, everybody's a consumer. I mean, everybody in America, everybody knows how to consume. I don't focus too much of my time on teaching people how to go on the website and buy products and look for products, because everybody knows how to consume it. It's one of the, I think, the problems in America today is that we've become such a consumer-oriented country. You know, I think back in the day, in the old days, when people had to actually produce and make money, and we didn't have a lot of money, we weren't that abundant, and we were starting off, you know, I don't know, whatever, and when people first came here, I guess the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, even in the 70s, you know, we didn't buy so much. When I was a kid, we didn't buy so much. Not everybody had 3 cars and 10 flat screen TVs in their house. It just didn't happen. You know, it just didn't, you know, so this country has shifted very much so into being a consumer-oriented country, okay? And I think that is a big reason why, again, you know, there's a struggling middle class, is because the middle class, when they consume, they don't produce, okay? So anyway, I can get into that in another video also. So I'm not going to focus on the consumer so much. Everybody knows how to do that. So we're going to talk about the producer, and a producer in particular in network marketing. So a producer is when you become a pro at directing your understanding. Okay, and I don't know if I ever mentioned my acronym for understanding. It's what's under your stance. So what you understand, you know, not necessarily what someone else understands, that's their understanding. So when you really become a pro at directing what you understand, you know, what you're all about, right? So when you can direct this understanding that what you're trying to do is make everyone a CEO. If people don't know what that is, it's Chief Executive Officer, usually the highest rank in a corporation. Okay, so the CEO, not so much the president. The president can be under the CEO, but where you're the Chief Executive Officer in a corporation or in a structure. So a producer in network marketing, again, becomes a pro eventually at directing their understanding about the business, so that everybody understands that everybody is a CEO. You know, in a business, in a regular corporation, there's one CEO. Okay, there's not many. When you're self-employed, you can be your own CEO, but there's nobody there to be the boss of. So, you know, that's great that you're the CEO of a one-person company, but, you know, not so exciting. Some people, I'm sorry, some self-employed people do have small companies under them. When I say self-employed, I mean the one-person self-employed. I hope people understand that, okay? But usually still, the self-employed person, not that they can't be leveraged, because a lot of real estate owners are quote-unquote self-employed, and they're leveraged over property. So keep this in mind here. Step on that. Keep this CEO in mind here, because if everybody is trying to become a CEO, let's talk about what this really means, okay? And what it means to produce in network marketing. I was writing this out once just so I didn't have to write the whole thing out, and this is your Power of 3 bonus. And what it made me see, because I know I might have said it a few times, my father recently passed away, and thank God, even though my father was an employee all his life, thank God my father had a 403B. Okay, and that's just, if you know, that's like for teachers, you know, people who work for teaching institutions and so on. But most people know a 401k. Okay? So a lot of times when people are employees, how they do create their leverage and how they do protect for their retirement is that they have these sort of things, a 403b, IRAs, annuities, and so on and so forth. And that's great. So I would just like to also put that into someone else's mind that if you have this is great because you are creating leverage for yourself, by investing your money that you're putting away tax-free, and you're also creating, like a cushion or money for your retirement. And thank God, my dad was able to support himself because I couldn't take care of him in my house, but he was able to support himself until he passed away. And that's great. And that's wonderful. And I guess we're all very blessed. And many, many, many times I thought to myself, thank God my father could afford to be in assisted living because it's very expensive in New York. But it is so crucial for the quality of somebody's life at the end of life, or through their retirement. Okay, so for the people who did plan ahead and did do this, that's great and that's wonderful. But just to open up your mind a little bit, try to think of when you do network marketing of that residual income as really being like your little annuity or your little 401k. Now, I will say it yet again. I am a 100% believer that anybody, whether it be through an employee or however you make your money, you take some of that cash and you put it into something else to diversify yourself. Again, I have the private jet group, the Mega Yacht Club. So in my case, I would take that money and put it into real estate. I don't suggest everybody do that because again, I do believe real estate, is something, that's a little more difficult than network marketing, a lot more risk than network marketing. But the point I'm trying to make here is maybe just an idea that this is your retirement or this is a willable business. Maybe this business is a business that you pass on to your children and you literally will it to them just like any other business. So if you create a network, you create recurring income or residual income, you could take that and you can pass that on to your children. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But anyway, okay, so reset here. As I said, we were talking a lot about set. When you reset, you're going to restructure. However, you're set. You're going to restructure the energy of the team. Okay, so because I'm sure a lot of people, now here's your typical corporate structure. Oh, I tried to make it look like a pyramid, but anybody who knows me knows I'm a horrific, drawer. But whatever. Here's your corporate structure, which most everybody lives inside of, which again, I have a really cute video that shows you what happens if you build this structure upside down. If you took the pyramids in Europe, if you took the pyramids in Egypt and you built them like this, I would not suggest that you stand over here. It is not a strong structure. This is not a strong structure. This is an extremely strong structure. So I have nothing against corporate America. I think corporations are one of the greatest structures that there are. I mean, look at it. Just in the physical world, look at it. It works, okay? But when you're in network marketing, you want to restructure this energy. You're not looking to do this. You're looking to do something different. When you have a corporate structure, like I had said before, you have a CEO. He's the one guy on top. He has his vice presidents and his other middle management, middleman. Okay, and then you have your employees and your products or whatever, your products or services, right? That you're leveraged over. That these people are all leveraged over, and he's the boss. He's the owner. In other words, just to keep this simple, you go and you become an employee of this person. That's fine. That you do earn money from it. He doesn't take it for free, but you do earn money. But the bottom line is he owns you, right? He owns you, and everything you do builds his dreams. So you're building someone, and I'm sure everybody's heard this before. Maybe you haven't. You're building someone else's dream. And then again, that's not bad. It's not bad. It's great. It's America has been built on corporations. It's helped a lot of middle class people in the past. It's a great structure, and that's fine. You know what? I think I wrote it down here. This is fine. This is absolutely fine. This is fine for a lot of people. It's wonderful. It's a lot of people in here that are supported by this structure. Now, if you're not one of these people, who knows? Maybe you want to restructure yourself into a network marketing structure. Now, because I'm not a good artist, I am going to stop the tape and draw mine because I'm going to draw it I'm going to draw network marketing in a different structure than a pyramid. Okay, even though most network marketing comp plans are shown as a pyramid structure. And basically, because the bottom line is, it's very simple to draw a structure like that. Even I can. That's actually a pretty good drawing. Even though I'm a horrific artist, that's not bad. I can draw it. I can draw lines and people coming down and make this side bigger than the other side. I could do that. But let me show you a different restructuring or resetting of the way network marketing really, maybe physically when you're drawing it out, is harder to draw this way. But conceptually and what's actually happening is a different type of structure than, in my opinion, than a pyramid structure. Okay. Oh, and I'll say it here if I haven't said it before. Anybody who thinks network marketing is a pyramid scam or a Ponzi scam, I watched a video recently, and I'm not going to say what the guy said about people who think that way. Just Google it. When you Google it, it's very simple, very clear that network marketing is not a pyramid scam and it's not a Ponzi scam in any way, shape, or form. And you know, a lot of people say in network marketing, this is the real scam, right? And again, I won't, because I think the structure is great and it's wonderful. But I'd much rather, if I could, be in this, you know, pyramid than in this one. In my mind, the way the structure really of network marketing is not so much a pyramid, but a circle, and a circle of friends. Like I said before, the fortune is in the friendship and network marketing. And in here, you're basically making a circle of friends. That's really more what it's like. It's you're the core of your own organization, and then you have 3 friends, and they have 3 friends, and so on. So where the word set comes in, I don't know, for some reason, like I say to you guys a lot that I love math. And for some reason, when I was a little kid, I loved the sets. So if you have like a set, you know, of apples, you know, I say these are apples. Oh, that's terrible. So say you have apples here. This is another set, and these are fruits. You know, and then you have oranges here. Okay, so when I was a kid, I just remembered, for whatever reason, sets and subsets. So, you know, and then maybe these are all food. Okay, so the big set is food. Apples is one part of it. Fruits are part of apples and part of oranges, but apples and oranges aren't the same, right? So, you know, just keep that in mind. When I see network marketing, this is the way I see it. These groups of people, these circles of friends, in other words, and they're all little sets and they're subsets. And you know, this is the person's group, and that's the whole set. And then everybody is in your organization, but this guy here, this is his organization, right? Which these people are in your whole subset, but they starting to create their own group of subsets, you know, and sets. So you want to restructure your energy to create this more like a circular team. It has a more of a flow to it than a top-down, you know, management and a top-down structure where in this case, this guy, for the most part, is going to make the most money. You know, these people will make more money than these people. In network marketing, regardless of what anybody believes or thinks, the person on top of you in an organization does not necessarily make more money. Okay? Because the way the comp plan works, it really is everybody has the opportunity to make X amount of money. Okay? And just because you enrolled this person, you could have dropped out. And this person can go off to make this huge organization that you're only paid like to the 7th level of. And then maybe you don't have all the other legs to qualify you. Okay? So it is a complete fallacy that the guy on top makes the most money in network marketing. That is not true. And again, a very simple structure. Say it's you and you only have one leg. Well, that will not qualify you in network marketing. But let's just say your friend here that is your one leg creates the 3 legs and so on and so on and so on. He's going to make a heck of a lot more money than you are. Okay? This will never happen in a corporate structure. In a corporate structure, this owner is going to make most of the money. Okay? So keep that in mind. This is more what network marketing it is more of a circular thing. And if this guy breaks out and creates a much bigger circle than you, he's going to make more money than you, even though he's technically, quote unquote, underneath you. So the CEO, okay, that we said back in the last a few minutes ago, the CEO in network marketing is each individual dot. Each individual person is the CEO of their own corporation or group, or however you want to look at it. And in network marketing, is you choose to empower your own. And I probably have an acronym for own, but I'm not going to give it to you here. Just understand that when you get into network marketing and then you start to make that kind of money and have those kind of leverage and have that kind of cash, then you're choosing to empower your own goals in life, okay? Your own dreams. And here you're building his dream, okay? Here you're building your own dream. And if, I don't really know if that appeals to everybody, but it certainly appeals to people like me, okay, where I can actually do what I want to do in life. And I've pretty much, for the most part, worked for people for my whole life. And there are many times, and the guy I do a lot of work for now as a consultant, he definitely is somebody I can get along with extremely well. And usually we finish each other's sentences, we have the same ideas. We get along very well. So a lot of times when I'm doing things with him, there really is no conflict. But the bottom line is, I'm building his business. It's the bottom line. I get my consulting fee and then I'm building his business. That's it. I'm not building something that I can give to my children. He can build a business and then give it to his children. I can't. Well, I don't have children, but but that's beside the point. I can't will it to anybody where he can. So again, whatever you're doing here, and again, a self-practitioner, they're not building a business, with what they do every day in the massaging or anything like that they can actually give to their children. Okay, so they're not creating that willable business where you are in network marketing. So I made another little acronym when I wrote this. It's choose to each his own. I like that saying, to each his own, right? So in here, to each his own, it's you're choosing your own, right? You're building something for yourself. So that's really, I know the idea of the Power of Three bonus kind of gotten taken into a bigger picture, which is usually what I do because I like looking at the bigger picture of things. The bottom line is go back to the beginning and understand just the basics of why it's the Power of Three. And that's the teach a man to fish, and then teach a man how to teach his children how to fish, and you feed for generations. That's why it's the Power of Three. But if people just focused on this part of the bonus or this part of the comp plan, okay, naturally, and again, because of that whole teach a man how to fish stuff, because of that whole saying, the MLM part, the generations will start unfolding on their own. Okay, they'll roll by themselves. That you'll get that energy of the rolling stone, just moving your mountains and really creating that leverage for you and the heights that you'd like to get in network marketing. So like I said, if people just focused on this bonus alone, that the uni-level comp plan is there. And it's important to know that because there are other companies that maybe only pay 5 levels deep, right? And just paying the 5 levels deep totally changed the comp plan, right? I think there's one, and I won't mention it because I'm trying to be nice, but you know what? All right, I won't mention it, but there's another oils company, and if you look at their comp plan, because of course I did before I started doTERRA, if you look at their comp plan, they kind of max out at 2,000 and change. Why anybody does that particular comp plan as a business, I'm not even sure, because I wouldn't. So I think they only pay to the 5th level, unless they've changed it. That's very possible that they've changed it, but for the last time I looked, they pay to the 5th level and it maxes out at 2,000 and change. Okay, so you do need to understand and know that doTERRA's comp plan is very strong to the 7th level deep. And again, I'm not going to hide anything. Like I said, there's no hype zone. Free Life, or free, whatever they call themselves now, they pay, I believe, to 9 levels deep now. But because the structure of their percentages is different, on the 7th level you get paid more in doTERRA than in Free Life. But once you get into that 9th level, because of all the people down there, Free Life does turn out to be more in just that part of the plan. But the point being is if everybody just focused on building the Power of Three structure, okay? So if everybody just focused, one of these days I'll get into why I don't believe in retail and network marketing. And these are just the fast start bonuses, that's fine. But if everybody just focused on this, and everybody can do this. Again, it makes me laugh when people, look at the 3,000 people or whatever number of people it is and think, oh my God, I can never build that. You know what? Don't worry about that. Can you build this? Can you get 3 people to have 3 people to have 3 people each? If you could do that and focus on that again with the structure of the teaching, feeding the generations, this will start to roll on its own. It'll build on its own. When you build this structure, I don't necessarily recommend, unless you're, a big leader, but there are plenty of leaders around that can support these people below you. I think in the beginning, once you build this structure, go out and build another bonus, power of 3 bonus, because you can do that. And then what happens is when you build this bonus, and then you move to another set of 3 people, okay? Then you'll create another bonus of $1,500. So that'd be $3,000, okay? And if you just keep doing that and teach everybody in your few people very, very close to you to do the power of 3, like I showed you with the feeding the generations, all of this will take care of itself. All those little details, all those people down below will take care of themselves. And everybody can just focus on the power of 3. It's probably why every network marketing company with a good comp plan has some sort of a power of 3 bonus. That's how you build that exponential energy. That's how you create, that's how you let the downline unfold just because you started the motion that way. Okay? So, very important power of 3. Keep this in mind, and that's it.